Welcome, lovely viewers, to another exciting video. It's a pleasure to have you join us as we uncover the secrets of Pfalz D. The Pfalz D was a fighter aircraft used by the Luftstreitkräfte Imperial German Air Service during the First World War. The D was the first major original design from Pfalz Flugzeugwerke. Though generally considered inferior to contemporary Albatros and Fokker fighters, the D was widely used by the Jagdstaffeln from late 1917 to mid-1918. It continued to serve as a training aircraft until the end of the war. In this section, we'll be peeling back the layers of design and development to reveal its true essence. Prior to World War I, Pfalz Flugzeugwerke produced more and Saunier monoplane designs under license. These aircraft entered military service as the Pfalz D.III series. In September 1916, Pfalz began producing the first of 20 Roland D and 200 Roland DOI fighters under license. In November 1916, Pfalz hired Rudolf Gehringer from Flugzeugwerke. As Pfalz's new chief engineer, Gehringer immediately commenced work on an original fighter design. The resulting D emerged in April 1917. Like the Rolands, the D used a plywood monocoque fuselage. 2 layers of thin plywood strips were placed over a mold to form one half of a fuselage shell. The fuselage halves were then glued together, covered with a layer of fabric, and doped. This wickelrumpf-wrapped body method was a patented invention of the LFG firm. It gave the fuselage great strength, lightweight, and smooth contours compared to conventional construction techniques. However, it also proved to be more labor-intensive and expensive. Furthermore, fuselages of the wickelrumpf type proved to be liable to twisting or warping in service, affecting performance as well as causing control problems. This has been attributed to moisture absorption in damp front-line conditions or to the use of insufficiently seasoned wood. The wings were of conventional construction, with a flush Thebes unbrawn radiator offset to the right side of the upper wing. The ailerons were wooden, rather than the more usual steel tube construction. The horizontal stabilizer had an inverted airfoil section, which facilitated dive recovery and permitted the use of an unbalanced elevator. Flieg found the prototype promising. It directed Pfalz to halt production of the Roland D and to complete the balance of the contract, 70 aircraft, to the new design. After a type and Pfalz type test at Adlershof in May, the Flieg ordered various modifications, including an enlarged rudder and horn-balanced ailerons. In June 1917, Pfalz received a second order for 300 aircraft. Get ready for a captivating exploration as we unravel the layers of operational history and their profound significance. Deliveries to operational units began in August 1917. Jagdstaffeln 10 was the first recipient of the new aircraft, followed by Jagdstaffeln 4. While markedly better than the earlier Roland designs, the D was generally considered inferior to the Albatros D and IV. German pilots variously criticized the Pfalz's heavy controls, low speed, lack of power, or low rate of climb compared to the Albatros. The D slipped in turns, leading to crashes when unwary pilots turned at very low altitudes. Moreover, the Pfalz stalled sharply and spun readily. Recovery from the resulting flat spin was difficult, though some pilots took advantage of this trait to descend quickly or evade enemy aircraft. The Pfalz's primary advantage was its strength and sturdiness. The Albatros scouts were plagued by failure of their single-spar lower wings. The Pfalz, however, could safely dive at high speeds due to its twin-spar lower wing. For this reason, the Pfalz was well suited to diving attacks on observation balloons, which were usually heavily defended by anti-aircraft guns trained to the balloon's altitude. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into DIA and analyzing its key components. The most pressing complaint about the new Pfalz was that the guns were buried in the fuselage, preventing pilots from clearing gun jams in flight. This feature had been carried over from the earlier Roland designs. In November 1917, Pfalz responded by producing the slightly modified DIA, which relocated the guns to the upper fuselage decking. The DIA was distinguishable by its enlarged semicircular horizontal stabilizer and cropped lower wingtips. It also featured a more powerful version of the Mercedes D engine. Pfalz built approximately 260 D and 750 DIA aircraft. Most were delivered to Bavarian Justice. Once Pfalz completed the final batch in May 1918, production shifted to the DIA's successor, the Dixie. Some aircraft from the final DIA batch were delivered to Turkey. As of 30 April 1918, 433 DIA Scouts were still in frontline use. By 31 August, that number had declined to 166. Many serviceable aircraft were sent to advanced training schools, but approximately 100 aircraft remained in frontline use at the time of the armistice. In this part of the video, we'll be diving deep into operators and unraveling its profound impact. Luftstreitkräfte Kaiserliche Marineturm Air Force. Let's now shift our focus to replica aircraft and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. Today, there are no known surviving D airframes. However, 2 flying replicas were built for the 1966 film The Blue Max. One replica was built from scratch, while a second was converted from a de Havilland Tiger Moth airframe. Both replicas are currently based in New Zealand. A third flying replica was built by Ron Kitchen of Nevada in 1987 but is now on static display at the Kavanaugh Flight Museum in Addison, Texas. Another static replica was built by the Modern Pfalz Company in 2005 and is on display at the Technic Museum Speyer. Brace yourself for an in-depth analysis as we navigate through specifications DIA and its far-reaching implications. Specifications DIA. Have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future videos? Let me know in the comments.